There's one more thing I want to do down here on the ground before I get going too far. Now these wires are always stranded. Usually they're stranded wire. And I always like to take the ends and kind of straighten them and twist them together. I like to do that before I get the light fixture up. And I'm looking at that, and I don't know if I want to strip that wire back a little bit. Just a hair more, so that I've got more of this sticking out. Because I like to, on stranded wire, I've got solid wire up in the ceiling. I like to take this and kind of wrap it around the copper solid wire up there before I put the wire nut on. I don't like to just put this next to the copper solid wire and do it. You know, you can, but there's not that much sticking out. So I'm gonna go ahead and strip those back a little bit with my wire strippers. And I never know which little one to do. And so what I do is I kind of go all the way around, and I do it on a bigger one and try pulling that off. Last thing you want to do, see, now I can wrap that around. I got more like a 5/8 of an inch sticking out, more than a 1/2 inch, rather than like 3/8. I don't like to strip it with too small of a hole, thinking, okay, yeah, that's the right one, and then just jerk it off. Because if you get it in the wrong hole, let's say, you can strip off, you can pull off half your little stranded wires, and that's not a good thing. So even if you got too small, I just kind of clamp down on it, and then I twist it around, clamp it, twist around, clamp it, get it on a bigger one, pull it off if I can. Even take it on a bigger one if I want. Okay? And not one single little strand came off. Okay? Alright. Okay, I got those. Okay, alright. Now I'm done with that on the ground, ready for when I get ready to install that up on the ceiling. I always like to do that first. I don't like to do that when I'm up there getting ready to wire it up. Okay, so I'm going to get up there, and I'm going to look at those wires first here. Remember, I still got my light switch off, and I'm going to take a look at that. I'm going to test this again, just for my own well-being. And if you haven't used your tester for a while, test it in something that you know is working first, okay? And this junction box happens to have these wires. There's only one set of wires in here, one black wire, one white wire, and a ground wire. So I'm just going to straighten that stuff out like that. Now see, I know this one is going over to the other ceiling box, because I'm going to be installing two of these, one here, one over there. So I know where the light switch is over here, the wire goes up over to that light first, and then from there it's daisy chained, and that wire comes over here. That's why I only have one set of wires coming down. Okay, and so I'm gonna look at this and see, this has a zippity doodah here on it, and I don't know if I'm going to really need that on there. I don't know if I do or not, and I've got to get the box, I've got to get that mounting box up here and double check it. Okay, and I see the end of that has just a little imperfection on it, so I'm going to take my pliers and I'm just going to straighten that out if I can. Okay, I that. This one has almost a 1/2 inch strip back on it. This other one's got a little less, so I'm gonna strip this one back just a hair, just because I can. Okay. I'm also looking up in that box, and I've got to decide what to do here, because I've got to look at my mounting screws, and usually the plastic boxes are flush with the sheetrock. Now this box, it's like they mounted it flush with the wood before they installed the sheetrock, and so the box is up. And this sheetrock, I don't know if it's 5/8 or 1/2 inch, but anyways, the box is beyond that. So I know that the mounting screw has to go up that far before I can even hit the box. And so on my mounting screws, I take a look at the mounting screws, and let's just look at this here for a second. Let's just look. Now see, these are the mounting screws they gave me. You see what's going to happen right off the bat? These mounting screws have to go in a 1/2 inch before they even hit the plastic box. And once they hit the plastic box, probably the first 1/16 of the plastic box, there's not going to be much thread. And so about a 1/16 of an inch of this mounting screw is going to fit up into that box. So first off, I know these mounting screws are not going to work. Okay, what else can I do? They didn't give me anything else, did they? Well, I always carry other things. So like for these screws here, I'm going to save them. I'm going to put them in my box with machine threaded screws, because I can always use those for something else, can't I? And I always carry, if you know by now, if you've been watching my videos, you know I carry drywall screws, the coarse threaded drywall screws. I usually always carry 1¼ inch, 1 5/8, 2 inch, 2½ inch, and 3 inch screws. So my 1¼ ones would probably work, or I can use 1 5/8. So I'm gonna go get those screws, and then I'll have to decide which ones I'm going to use. Probably the 1¼ should be fine. But if you use longer ones, can you use longer ones in those plastic boxes? Yeah, I've used 1 5/8 before in those plastic boxes, and the threads just go right in with no problem. And generally, it doesn't split out the box or anything like that. And where the hole is, if it goes in a little bit further, it goes in a little bit further into plastic, and you should be fine. So in this case, if I got 1¼ or 1 5/8 coarse threaded drywall screws, it'll work. Let's see. Here, 1 5/8, and these are coarse thread. You always want to look at that, because drywall screws, did you know they have fine threads too? And the fine thread, you're not really supposed to use those for wood. You use those for sheet metal studs and sheet metal work, okay? But these are coarse threaded, meaning big threads going into wood. Now here's my my 1 1/4 screws, and again they're coarse thread. I don't have many, do I? I've always come prepared. I've got a whole other box of 1 1/4, and I could throw the rest of these little screws in my 1 1/4. And they don't seem very long, do they? But they're 1 1/4. That's from the tip. We know the first 1/8 inch or so, I'm not going to get any holding power into that box, am I? So then you have to decide, do you have enough threads going in your box? I'm probably going to have from here to there in my box. Okay, I've got to decide, is that enough? I think it is. I'll have to check it and try one, and if it's not, then I'll graduate up to the 1 5/8. Okay, and do they make 1 1/2? Yeah, I think they do, but I just very seldom do I use 1 1/2, because if you're installing, like, say 5/8 sheetrock, you got to use 1 5/8 screws, I believe it is, not 1 1/4 and not 1 1/2. I've always used 1 5/8 screws for 5/8 sheetrock, 1¼ screws for 1/2" sheetrock. And then anytime I do other little projects, I've always got something that'll work. And you know, they even have these drywall screws that are 1 inch. You've got to look for them, and it's hard to find them at the store. But I very seldom will need the 1 inch ones, but every once in a while, if you've got to have 1 inch, just know that they carry those too.